Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning?
Very well.
Last week I shared with y'all what God did for me when I had basically nothing. This week I want to share with you everything was going good after that. You know, the Lord provided. My wife and I have been paying tithes pretty solid for about a year, really just standing firm and trusting God, knowing that He was going to do what He said He was going to do. You know, I told y'all about the $250 check He gave us that time, and when I left the gym, we had nothing. But so we were faithful in that. So I kept doing that. I kept doing that for a year. Danley finally got a job, so hey, things were looking great, I thought. So, all that being said, so we fast forward to a year. Danley's working. I said, "Oh, we're good. We're making the ends meet. Bills are getting paid. God's faithful. I'm paying my tithes. I did what He asked me to do." Then we get a notice we're gonna get laid off. I said, "Well, here we are again. I'm gonna trust you at your word. You took care of me when I didn't have anything, when she didn't have a job. So I know you're gonna take care of me again." He said, "Well, this is what I want you to do. I want you to start a business." And I started laughing. I said, "God, you know who I am?" I said, "I'm just a kid from the other side of the tracks." I said, "I'm not a very good speaker, so how am I to go and start a business?" He said, "I'm going to give you the words. You just do what I ask you to do." And I said, "All right." I wrestled with him for a long time. I said, "I'm just really not the right person for that." But finally, he convinced me to do it. He told me, he said, in Matthew, it says, "If you trust me in the little things, I'll put you in charge of many things." Right in the midst of that, I started my business. I started a cleaning business. For those of y'all that don't know, I started a cleaning business. And so the first building I got, the Lord started speaking to me. He said, "How about give me that check as a first fruit offering, your first building you had?" So it was, surely I did, $140 check, first building I had. I gave him that check for $140. And then the next check, I got another building. And I gave him that check for my first fruits offering. And we finally got laid off. And I said, "Okay, God, it's $365. This ain't going to be enough. I'm going to be honest. This is not going to be enough. I've been faithful. I did what you asked me to do. I paid my tithes. I'm giving my first fruits." And wouldn't you know it, the day after, or 2 or 3 days after I got laid off, I got a check that covered everything, for one contract that covered it all. So I was making more money then than I was making at my first job with that one contract. The Lord provided. He said, and he told me, "If you trust me in the little things, I'll put you in charge of many." So fast forward to, let's just say a year later after that. So we've been in business now for about 5 years. And fast forward to a year later. So we had a little nest egg built up where we thought we had $5,000 in the bank. And I said, "Oh, we've saved some money. We're doing good." I said, "Oh, man, I'm serving the Lord. I'm doing what He asked me to do." And I said, I'm amped up. I said, "I got a little money. Maybe we can do something with this, And the Lord said, "Hey, first it's time for first fruits." It was about Passover time. He said, "How about that $5,000 you got in the bank?" So I started laughing. I said, "This is sure, really? You really want me to give you everything I got," which was everything I had at that time. He said, "Yeah, I'll take care of you, just like I said I would." So surely enough, I stroked that check for $5,000. And I'll be honest, it was a little bit bittersweet. I trusted the Lord, but at the same time, it was hard to give away $5,000 because where I come from, I've never written a check to anybody for $5,000. And so I did. And here we are 5 years later. The next day after I wrote that check, don't you know, I got a contract for a one-time job for $5,000 the very next day. Give it right back to me. So I said all that to say this. I know that all started with paying tithes. And the Lord introduced me to start paying first fruits. And I know that's not meant for just me. And if He can do it for me, I know He can do it for each and every one of you guys sitting out here in this audience. It's really meant for that. There is power in that. It's power in paying tithes. It's power in paying first fruits. The key to that is trusting the Lord with everything you have, your life, your family, and your finances.